What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having a good day. Today I want to talk about emotions and controlling them. The first one I want to talk about is how today I was mowing the lawn earlier, and you know how you have to run that string through the weed eater whenever it shoots out sometimes. It normally takes me like 2-3 minutes to do it, and it was taking me legitimately like 15 minutes. I finally get it through, and I'm getting pretty aggravated, but I'm trying to stay calm. I get it finally through, and then I start weed eating again, and not even 30 seconds later, it shoots out again. And I was about to get really, really pissed, and then I just had this overwhelming feeling of calm. And it was just crazy to me that we are all capable as human beings to react to something however we want to. We're going to feel the emotions regardless, but we can control what our outcome is, how we react as a human. Obviously there's things that are so crazy where your emotions are going to take over, but there are little things like that that really don't mean anything. Like, it's super, super annoying, but I can still be happy and still enjoy the things that suck. It's just a mindset. Now that kind of leads me into my next point, which is controlling anger, because that's something that I've kind of dealt with and not really struggled with as much here recently, but it's something that I always thought was something I had to push down, and controlling it meant not ever accessing it. It made me think that if I was angry and I showed any emotion of anger, that it was automatically wrong. And I kind of had the realization that, showing emotions at all is not inherently incorrect. We have emotions for a reason. It's just controlling when they're used and how you use them. So anger is a tool that can be used to make you into a very ambitious, a very hardworking, a very healthily, I don't know what the terminology is there, a very stern person, but in a way that is beneficial and not harmful to others. So rather than not ever accessing and tapping into anger, you just need to know how and when to use it. So with anything in life, I just recommend that you try to feel the emotions, understand they're there, understand they're not going to go away, and pushing them down is just going to make them build up to where you can't control them anymore. And whenever they are used in the stage of not being controlled is whenever they can hurt others or be used in a way that is maybe out of character, not exactly who you are, because of the bottled up feeling that leads to something being a little bit more exaggerated than you would normally react. And the reason that I wanted to specifically talk about anger is because, like I said, I deal with and have dealt with my whole life being a pretty angry person, even though a lot of people wouldn't classify me as that by any means, because I think I've grown and got better at controlling it as I've, like I said, grown as a person. And I just kind of had this realization today that my growth was in the sense of almost turning off emotions. And I think that's what makes me also maybe come across as a little cold in moments where I should be empathetic. So even though I feel very, very empathetic towards somebody in a moment of empathy, in a moment of them pouring their heart out, I really, really feel it. They don't feel it. They don't feel that I feel it. You know what I mean? They don't feel that I'm going through that moment with them, because even though I'm so good at compressing my emotions that I don't express them to them. So even though I'm really, really feeling what they're going through and I truly understand how much they're hurting, they don't feel that because I don't express that to them. So I just am basically saying, show your emotions, but know when to do it, how to do it, and control them in a manner that is allowing them to be released, but in a controlled way. So I guess that kind of is a circular definition, but that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, have a blessed one.